Everyone, so I'm technically making this video for all of my clients, but I figured all of you can use this if you don't know how to properly cleanse yourself. A lot of you like to cleanse yourself on a regular basis with very basic things. I'm talking rosemary, palo santo, all of that kind of stuff. And a lot of the new age people like to use the white sage. I don't know, most of you aren't using it right anyway. Now, the point of me making this video is to show you that depending on your situation and your circumstances, there are other ingredients and herbs that are better for you to cleanse yourself with depending on your situation. Meaning the generic, oh, I'm going to use rosemary for that. That's great and all. That's going to help to an extent, but if you're dealing with someone talking bad about you, using rosemary to cleanse yourself with, not going to be the best thing. There are a ton of other things that are way better off for you to cleanse yourself with. And with this video, I'm going to give you different scenarios and different situations of what you can use to cleanse yourself with depending on those circumstances. First situation, let's say someone is gossiping about you, slandering your name, defaming you. The best way to cleanse yourself in that situation, there are two methods that are favorites of mine. One, you can use a lengua de suegra. I like using that. Or you could just use cloves. Cloves are a very simple, easy way. Get a little charcoal disc, put it on a little thing with salt or whatever. Put some cloves on there. Cleanse yourself with the smoke that comes off of those cloves. Really great, really easy way to cleanse yourself with, and it helps get rid of that kind of energy kind of lingering around you and helping it not affect you. Now, the method with the lengua de suegra, I've made videos in the past on how to do it. It would be too long for me to explain in this video, so scroll back and look at that video on lengua de suegra, and I'll show you how to, do that kind of cleanse. Also understand that that one is a more in-depth kind of cleanse. Like, it's going to cleanse yourself from head to toe, literally. Like, you're going to sweep it over your entire body, put it in a paper bag, tie it up, leave it at a crossroads with some offerings. So it's very that. Now, let's say your roads are blocked. You try everything and anything to try and succeed or do better in your life, and every door keeps getting slammed in your face. Cleanse yourself with some sort of mint or some sort of epazote. Either one's going to work really great. Just know we'll bring up epazote again because it has other great qualities that we're going to include. Now, with those two, I would get the fresh herb to actually do that. Going to Food for Less or wherever to get the fresh herb, sweep it over your entire body, head to toe. I would anoint it with something, me personally, that's what I do. And then paper bag, leave it crossroads or wherever you can. That's just not your home. Very simple method, but it's a great effective method as well. Now, let's say you're dealing with a situation where you know for sure that someone is trying to do brujeria on you and you're trying to cleanse that brujeria off of you and you want to get rid of it. All I would do with that situation, get ruda. Now, in English, yes, it's ru, same thing. Or epazote. Again, I told you I was going to bring up epazote again. Epazote is really good, multi-purpose. It's really good for opening your roads, really good for removing witchcraft, really good for removing spiritual parasites off of people, as well as protection work and a whole bunch of other things. Really love that herb. Either one of those is going to work really good. I would use the fresh herb for that one. In my opinion, fresh herb is going to work best for that. Let's say you're dealing with a situation where there's an unwanted spiritual presence in the home. This is a very basic way to do it, but you can try burning some cedar and basil. I think that would work beautifully together. You're dealing with nightmares, insomnia, that kind of stuff. This is when actually rosemary would be a good idea. In any type of insomnia, nightmares, rosemary is good, chamomile is good, lavender is good. All three of those really going to do a good job for that. But generally speaking, you don't want to use rosemary for every single thing. Rosemary is a good generic and general cleanser, but if anything, if you know you're dealing with a very specific situation, reach for something else. There are different ingredients out there. You don't have to just use rosemary. If you have feelings for someone and they are not reciprocating and you still have those feelings and you still want to befriend them, but maybe you're like, oh my God, but I still have these feelings here. That is unrequited love. Some people call it limerence, whatever you want to call it. Burn some vervain. Vervain's really good for ridding yourself of any type of unrequited love, those feelings. It should help with shedding those off of you. If you're coming out of a breakup, you just broke up with someone and you want to get rid of those feelings of like, oh my God, I want to get over this. I'm really heartbroken, blah, 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 blah. Getting rid of heartbreak is a difficult thing, but in order to ease heartbreak, I would use some coriander. Now, you have two methods you can use for it. You can use the coriander seed, like the regular one, over some like charcoal or something. That works fine. Or you can use the fresh coriander and cleanse yourself with it head to toe. Same method, put it in a paper bag, leave it at a crossroads, that kind of stuff. Either one's going to work, but they both work beautifully. So let's say you want to bring some money into your life. You're trying to bring in some success, some sort of prosperity into you. A lot of people like to do the first of the month where the cinnamon, you don't have to do that. Get a cinnamon stick, like literally a plain old cinnamon stick. Use it like incense. I would get a candle, but let's pretend this is a candle. That's not a candle. Let's pretend this is a candle right here. Have the candle burning, have it next to you. Light the little cinnamon stick and let it burn. Let the smoke get, real big and nice. Smoke cleanse your entire self. Do it with intention. That's the thing too. I always advise people, whenever you're cleansing yourself in any method with any of these things that I listed, have intention behind what you're doing. Actually verbalize in some way, like, I cleanse myself of these struggles. I cleanse myself of this gossip. Whatever it is that you're trying to cleanse yourself of, verbalize what you are doing, because that also sets the intention for it and that also helps the actual herbs activate. And then with this situation as well, when you're doing it with the cinnamon stick, as you're waving the smoke over your body, I bring money into my life. I bring success into my life. You want to verbalize that as well. That is something that's actually going to help a lot more. I know a lot of people that just, and then they're one and done. That's cute. That's not going to do too much. Just letting you know. If you're not actually putting some intent behind that, it's not going to do much. I don't like the whole, oh, intention is everything. No, it's not. Intention is 50% of it. The other 50% is what you're actually doing, what you're using, that kind of stuff. It's both. The both are very important. You got to have both for it to work. If it's only one, which is the not going to work too well. If it's only the other, intention, not going to work too well. Again, you want to have both. It's open to anyone. Anyone can literally use this. None of these are part of a closed practice, which is also why I encourage people, stop just using the white sage for everything. Besides the whole cultural context of that, besides the whole over harvesting of it all, besides all of that, it's not this like one and done kind of like all in one kind of thing. That's just not a thing. I'm sorry, but it's not. And also, it's not going to get rid of any spirits in your home. If anything, it'll call in some spirits. So, just letting you know, that whole, oh, burn white sage. No. There are other things out there that work better, depending on your situation. If you want a generic cleanser to use for everything, reach for some blue sage. Reach for the rosemary, if anything. Reach for those things that are going to be, yeah, they're maybe not best for every single situation, but they're good for generic cleansers. This whole thing of using this white sage for, I don't get it. I will never get it. I'll never understand it. And there's other things that you can use to cleanse yourself with. I just gave these examples because these are open to anyone. They're very simple to use, and it's really not that complicated. And like I said, with the ones where I'm like, oh, wipe it over your body, I prefer to like anoint / consecrate whatever I'm working with before I use it, like the fresh herbs. I like to spit maybe a little type of alcohol in there. I'm not going to go into too much detail because that's my business. But whatever it is, maybe you want to sprinkle a little like holy water on it. Maybe you want to sprinkle a little Florida water on it. I don't know. Whatever it is that you want to do to consecrate your tools, whether it's the lengua de suegra, whether it's the epazote that's fresh, whether it's the yerba buena that's fresh, which if you can find fresh yerba buena rather than just like the regular spearmint that's fresh, I recommend that because that is going to work better, in my opinion. Use it to consecrate it before you use it. That's just my opinion. When you're done wiping your entire body with it and you're verbalizing, I cleanse myself of these blocked roads, or I cleanse myself of this cheese net that people have been saying about me. When you're done with those, you put it in a paper bag, tie the paper bag with some sort of twine at the very top, leave it at a crossroads, or if you can't go to a crossroads for whatever reason, leave it at a public trash can that you never frequent, somewhere that you don't go often. If you got to drive down the road to go to some random public trash can, leave it there and run away wherever. Do it. Don't throw it in your trash can. That's another big thing. A lot of people like to do that. I don't know why, but don't do that. This is what's going to help you most. So I hope the video helped people. This is, again, something that I'm going to be sending to my clients in the future, depending on your situation. It's a very simple method as to how to cleanse yourself. Now, is this something that's going to be like this superior, like, oh my God? No, if there's a deeply rooted issue there, we need to tackle that. And that's where the whole spiritual work comes in. I'm sending this to people who maybe need something that's very simple. And I'm like, oh, try this first. Try these methods first, and then come back to me and we'll see if you need spell work. Most of you don't need spell work. I'm just telling you right there. Most of you do not need spell work. Most of you don't need me to do these spells for you. If you can do this on your own, do it. It will help you a lot more, and it'll save you money from having to book people like me. I'm just telling you. Spell work and spiritual services do not have to be complicated, but this is why I give people these remedies for free, and I always recommend it to them, and I always send them stuff like this. So I'm making this video to send to all of my clients that come to me. You don't always need me to do this whole like 7-day ritual for you. You don't. If this works for you, do it. Because it's going to save you a lot more money than going to me and being like, oh, I want to book this open road thing. No, you don't always need that. Sometimes maybe you just need to go to Food for Less, buy like $3 worth of yerba buena and just rub it all over your body and throw it at a crossroads, and that's it. Sometimes that's all you need. And that's why I'm making this video. Hopefully that's all you need. If you do need to come to me for spell work or consultations or whatever it is, then come to me. We'll see what the problem is. Even the thing with getting rid of unwanted spiritual presences in your house, it's a very basic method. It might come back, so obviously you need to learn how to protect your home from that happening again. I recommend the herb rowan. But anyway, this is just a basic thing. Hopefully it helps people. If you actually do need something more serious, then come to me. There. Bye.